second, I want you to sit and acknowledge the healing work that you've been able to do. It taps you into a different level of power. It gives you back your power. Those things that we heal from are actually what's taking away your power. Those things, that low vibrational stuff that we're holding on to, that healing allows us to release, is what activates that embodiment of that soul level of power. I've been feeling into the powerful energy rolling in with the 2026 year. And let me tell you, it's an energy you're going to want to take full advantage of. The creation, the beginnings, the soul plans unfolding, it's all bringing about new opportunities and the manifestation of some of your wildest dreams. But it's not just going to happen without you being in alignment for it. Today, we're going to dive into exactly what you need to do to be prepared for the big, potent energy of 2026, what you can do to finish up this year strong, and some much needed energetic alignment that is going to get you in the aligned space that your soul is asking for to receive all of the gifts that 2026 is bringing you. So welcome to the Psychic Within live podcast. You heard that right. I do record this live. So if you ever want to join me live on this recording, be sure to follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, where you can grab that link to join me live on Wednesdays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are new to me or this is your first time joining me, welcome. My name is Carrie Cardozo. I'm a master psychic, energy healer, as well as a business consultant, and we talk all things energetics because that really is the universal language. One of the things that I do every single year that I am so excited for, and you're going to start feeling the energy today, is I do a universal energy reading. It is a psychic reading, basically in the simplest of forms, that pertains to every single person. If you are living on planet Earth, it will affect you. It pertains to you. It tells you exactly what you need to do for the whole entire year. I go month to month to month, and not just giving those details of, hey, this is what you can expect this month, but I also give you like that entire theme for the year, telling you what energetics are going to come in, what you might experience, what healing might need to happen, really what your soul is focused on. And this year is a little bit different because this year I'm also covering the 9-year cycle, which I think is super fun and potent, and I'm really excited to be able to get that information. I have not done that before. We're starting off literally saying, okay, so for the next 9 years, this is what your soul is experiencing, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. But if you're interested in joining me live for that 2026 Universal Energy Reading, or if you're watching this and we're already into 2026, click the link below. It's going to bring you to the exact page where you can sign up to either join me live or to grab the replay of it. This reading, as well as this one that I'm going to do right here, is something that you're going to want to watch more than once. My clients watch the Universal Energy Reading every single month, or they should be. I know most of them do, because it's going to give you a heads up as to what you should do to plan for business success in the next month, helping you to recognize, like, I know when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, right, that's why I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z, because that's what the universal energy is asking us to look at. So it helps you to kind of navigate what life is going to throw at you, and it is going to throw it at you because we're all in the energy of the universe, okay? So normally when I do the universal energy reading, I spend about the first 15 minutes really going into closing out the current year that we are in. But this year, I'm going to be going over that now with you guys here because of the fact that on this 2026 energy reading, I'm going to dive into that 9-year cycle. So I want to give you this time right here in order to go over the things that are super important that maybe you forgot we were working on that need to be cleared up, to go over helping you to plan and to prep in the exact energy and with the exact focus that's going to get you in that space and aligned with what your soul is asking for as we step into 2026. So today I'm going to share with you all of the things that I want you to look at, to focus on, to be aware of, to remember, and all those things that have impacted you that you might still be holding on to that you absolutely do not and should not be bringing into 2026. Okay. So 2025 has been all about finishing up a full 9-year cycle. So one of the things that I mentioned a few minutes ago is that in my 2026 energy reading, I'm going to talk about the next 9 years because we are in the last year of a 9-year cycle. This 9-year cycle was between 2016 and 2025. It's a 9 universal year. That means that next year is going to be a 1 universal year. That means we are starting fresh, starting all over again. But we can't start fresh and start all over again if you're holding on to things that you have been experiencing and you're holding on to that journey that your soul chose to navigate through for the next 9 years. And that's what this year has been all about. It's been really recognizing what that journey has been for the last 9 years, recognizing the growth that you've experienced for the last 9 years, and really understanding the theme of what the last 9 years has been about. And I'm going to share that theme in just a second. But if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have no idea what has been happening for the last 9 years. I have no idea what karmic cycle, what soul cycle, what, repeating human patterns that I've been in. That is why we're going over the energetics right now. Because right now we are in such a powerful energy with the moon, with the way that the energy is coming in. I have a client who's really into astrology and she was like, well, you should see the way that the planets are lining up. I don't do planetary stuff, but I also acknowledge that the way that the planets are lining up or the place, the house or doors or whatever it is that we are in right now, I don't know astrology, is in that perfect energy for a deep purging and an ascension into a new energy. And November is asking us to come within in order to be able to do that. So you're going to recognize that things in your life are slowing down, or things are being canceled or ending, or you're really feeling this energy to like hibernate and come within. It is all because of what the energy is asking you. The energy, even though sometimes it can feel chaotic, it can feel like, oh my God, like it feels like there's crazy things out there, or everything's falling apart at once. The universal energy is absolutely here and it's designed to help you and support you with exactly what you need to do on your soul journey in that moment that you need to do it. So the more that we pay attention to that universal energy, the more the universal energy is going to be like your personalized guide to soul connection and soul growth. Okay. So in that energy of really understanding these powerful last 9 years that you've had, and I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to think back from 2016 to 2025. And I want you to think about who you were and who you have become. Because the person I was in 2016 is a very, very different than the person I am sitting right here, right now. Very different. But if I'm honest, there might be some things that I'm still holding on to that maybe I was struggling with in 2016, that maybe I was afraid of in 2016, that maybe you were contemplating switching or changing in your life in 2016 and they haven't come full circle yet. You haven't released them. They're still like hanging in the ethers. Those are the things that we are absolutely going to want to make sure that we are releasing and getting rid of, especially if they're in alignment with the focus or the theme of those 9 years. So for the past 9 years, lots of things have come up. Our lives, for the most part, have drastically changed. I know mine has. I know lots of my clients has. And just looking out over the world, we have experienced a lot of things in these last 9 years. These last 9 years have been asking us to fully embody our power. And I want you to think about that for a moment. Over the course of these last 9 years, everything that you have experienced has been leading you to be able to tap into an entirely different level of personal and soul power that you are being asked to embody. And this year is the year that it's asking you to be living in that full expression of that power that you have been learning and experiencing and getting to play with and maybe even battling for the last 9 years. But power doesn't just sit within inside itself. I'm going to give you 8 things that have contributed to you activating that next level of power within inside of yourself. Now, one of the things that I want to make sure that is clear, and I did a masterclass on this, you can find this within inside of my psychic elegance community, my psychic community, is that power comes in many different forms. Okay. I did a masterclass called Power and Magnetism. And we talked about the fact that there is an ego-based power that's filled with fear and force and control. And there's also a soul-aligned power that's filled with trust and confidence and alignment. The trust and confidence and alignment and knowing oneself is the power that we are talking about here. And over the course of the last 9 years, we have been asked to experience many different things that have contributed to you being able to tap into that different level of power. Now, I do want to kind of share this with you guys in kind of like a caveat, is that not every single person is able to reach, or will it look the same when they embody their level of power. So I want you to focus on what it looks like for your level of power, what you've been able to experience, what you've learned about yourself, because that's where the most impact is going to, and the most growth and alignment is going to happen, is when we don't look out at like what power looks like for other people and how much power this person has and that person has, or influence this person has, but really coming within and really recognizing what that power looks like within inside yourself. I'm going to share what has contributed to your embodiment, this full embodiment of your own personal power. And it's that aligned kind of soul power. So for one, it's your truths. There's one thing that has been pushed these last 9 years, every single year in a different way, is to help you to understand what your real truths are. So what is the truth that lies inside of you? This is that time when your throat chakra and your heart chakra are activated, and there's things that you want to say. There's things that you align with. There's things that just feel so good to you. And it really helps you to understand who you are on a deeper level. Those are the truths that have been exposed time after time after time. And those truths are helping you to lean into your power. Because when you're really living your life from your truth, from what is right for you, and it can look different for every person, that's when that level of power is activated. And we have been asked to find that truth over the last 9 years and to really understand what that is and to lean into that truth and to start aligning your life to that truth. So I want you to really take the time to think about, like, what is my truth? What have I been shown about myself? What do I know about myself? What do I really understand about the truth of existence? Okay. Whatever that truth is for you, it's going to be really important for you to be able to honor that and to really understand it, to fully embody that level of power that you're looking for. The second thing are your beliefs. Our belief system is huge. Our belief system absolutely also leads to our truths. But these are things such as, like, what do you believe in about your abilities? What do you believe about money? What do you believe about life? This is the thing that helps you to create the life that you have. And oftentimes our beliefs can keep us limited, but our beliefs also help us to manifest the most amazing life and to tap into the power that we hold even deeper. So one of my beliefs, and I'm going to share a couple with you to help you to understand, like, what beliefs actually are. One of my beliefs is that the universe is always working things out for me and that everything works out the way that it should, which means that even if I don't like how it works out, I know it was supposed to work out the way that it did, even when terrible things happen. This belief helps me to navigate through some terrible things. It also helps me to release control and give some power back to the universe so I'm not doing all the heavy lifting. I also have a belief that every single thing in life can be explained in energetics, and I can explain it in the energetic form. Everything goes back to energy. These are just some of my beliefs that help me to navigate through life. My truths would be something like, I am a powerful psychic. It's truth that we never die. My truth is that every single person has a soul purpose. My truth is that there is love holding within inside of everybody. My truth is that not everybody's going to heal on a deeper level, and that's okay. So I want you to really understand what your truths and beliefs are, because when you start aligning your life with these, life becomes freaking magical, but also you're able to embody that power that you're being asked to embody as we step into 2026. The next thing that these last 9 years has given us, has given us an opportunity. And I say the word opportunity because I'm sure if you really dug in, there's still some of these that you're holding on to, and that's okay because you don't have to clear all of them. But it has given us an opportunity to let go of some fears. And life, even in the last 6 years, has given us a lot of fears. And my hope and our intention for those fears, the reason we were given them in those experiences was to be able to kind of let go of them, was to be able to face those fears and say, wait a second, like I navigated through it. I'm sitting here today because I was able to navigate through those fears. When you're able to let go of fears that come up, no matter what those are, whether it's a fear of getting sick, a fear of dying, a fear of losing somebody you love, a fear of not making the money, a fear of not being successful, whatever that is, as you begin to let go of some of those fears, your power is turned up. That fear is what takes away your power. The fear is what feeds the ego, which puts you in that lower vibrational power or low vibrational force. So as we've been able to let go of fears, and again, you're going to have done it on your level. And I don't care what any spiritual teacher says. Do I believe that you will get to a point in life where there's absolutely not a single fear? Maybe, but you're not expected to be at that spot. You're not expected to be at that spot. There's still going to be fears that you hold, and that's okay. But as you recognize the fears that you are asked to let go of and you work to let go of them, it just activates this new level of power that you get to embody as we step into 2026. Okay. Now, in the light of those fears, one of the things that we've been asked to do over and over and over again is to really dig into our healing. I will tell you what, one of the things that I have seen, I'm very deep in the healing community, and I mean healing on a really deep level, like 4 layers, not just the physical body, not just your mindset, not just your nervous system. That is a fraction of the healing that actually has to take place. I'm talking about all 5 layers: mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and energetic. And one of the things that I have seen over the course of the last, definitely 9 years for sure, but even since I really started my journey, is more and more and more people talking about actually healing. More people really getting to the healing space of true healing, of letting things go, of removing things from their energetics, removing things from their life and letting go of that past. And over the course of the last 9 years, it has offered us a phenomenal amount of healing opportunities. And this year specifically has given us a lot of things to heal. As you do the healing work, and I want you to sit and acknowledge the healing work that you've been able to do, it taps you into a different level of power. It gives you back your power. Those things that we heal from are actually what's taking away your power. Those things that are that low vibrational stuff that we're holding on to, that healing allows us to release, is what activates that embodiment of that soul level of power. Okay. Now, in the same light of talking about the fact that so many people nowadays are talking about healing, and I have people I work with this year alone as young as 14 years old. I work with babies and newborns as well, but I mean one-to-one work with them. I normally work through the parents with babies and newborns and toddlers and stuff. But my clients range from 14 years old to 78 years old. And every single one of these clients from 14 to 78 are on a healing journey, which I think is super beautiful. But the second thing in that same breath is more and more people are looking to actually connect with their soul. So soul has been like a buzzword, or I'm living a soul life has been a buzzword for a very long time. But what I have experienced in the last 9 years is people that are really understanding what their soul actually is and what it looks like to connect with their soul and what it looks like to be led by that soul. And that is something that has happened. And the energetics that we have been in and the things that we have been experiencing in the last 9 years has gotten us to really understand the difference between that human and how we're navigating life as a human, as well as how we're navigating life as a soul. And we get to do both, and we're supposed to be doing both. But the more that we can navigate through life in that soul energy, the more power you're going to hold. You're going to truly be embodying that power and be navigating through life in a higher frequency with more alignment, living that soul plan. And that's ultimately what they're prepping you for a little highlight in 2026. You are going to be pushed onto that soul plan more and more and more. So over the course of the last 9 years, you've had an opportunity to really connect with that soul aspect of yourself and get really familiar with the difference between your soul and your human. Now, the last thing all of these things have helped us to do is have a deeper understanding of life. And I know that for whether you have that deeper understanding of life or has triggered this need to find that deeper understanding of life, that's what the universal energy has been pushing us toward. And that's something we're still continuing to work on. And it's going to be very much front and center as we move into 2026 and the next year cycle. But it has helped us to really understand, like, what is the meaning of life? Like, what is that deeper purpose, why we're here? What are we here to actually do? And you will see, we've seen a massive shift, and we'll see it even more as we go into 2026, especially in the business world, that people are shifting from old school of what success means, like all this money. And I'm not against money. I have 2 businesses that are 7-figure and higher. So it's shifting us from like success is money and success is accolades. So like success is fulfillment. Success is really that deep connection, and it's doing it on a broader scale. So Heather, you could be sitting here and be like, Carrie, that's always been my focus. And I love that. And has been my focus for the last 9 years for sure. But my human has had fights with that. My human has been, oh, really? Does that, you could just say to the bank, oh, I'm so fulfilled. Does that help pay my bills? It doesn't. But what we see it on a bigger scale is that more and more people are actually leaning into that and truly leaning in, not just saying it, and it feels good while you say it. And then when fear creeps in or the bills creep in or you have to move house or whatever it is, we get into that like money aspect. But it's really going to bring this deeper understanding of life and what we really came here to do. And as you start to understand what that is, it activates a whole new level of power. So as you're really focusing on this power that you hold, and again, soul-aligned power, I want you to really navigate your truth, your beliefs, the letting go of the fears. What fears have you let go of? What healing work have you done? How have you connected with your soul and that deeper understanding of life? And as we enter into 2026, there is a brand new cycle that we are going to be experiencing in all of these things that you've uncovered about your truth, about your beliefs, about the fears you've released, about the healing work you've done, connecting to your soul, deeper understanding of life is going to help expand and for you to embody and navigate through this next 9-year cycle, which is phenomenal. Okay. But in order for you to be fully embodied with this, there's some things that I'm going to give you, some questions that I'm going to give you to start journaling. Okay. And that is step number 1, is to really look at going in deep to this stuff. So I'm going to give you 6 questions that I invite you to journal on that are designed to really help you navigate through the things that you've experienced over these course of the last 9 years, as well as really understanding the full impact of them. Okay. So for 1, I want you to, so get your pens out, get your pencils out. If you're watching the replay of this, pause it so you can write these down. So for 1, what major experiences have I navigated through and what lessons did I learn from them? Number 2, where have I grown closer to my soul? So where have I grown closer to my soul? Number 3, in what ways has my life changed over the last 9 years? And what role did I play in those changes? In what ways has my life changed over the last 9 years? And what role did I play in those changes? Number 4, what areas of my life am I holding myself back in and why? What areas of my life am I still holding myself back in and why? Number 5, what am I afraid of experiencing if there were no limitations? And the last one, what am I going to commit to in 2026? Now, I know that you don't know what 2026 holds, but as you navigate through and embody that power, your soul is going to share with you what it is that you must be stepping into. So taking the time to really journal on these questions is also going to help you to recognize, okay, what am I still holding on to? What cycles have I been repeating? What lessons does it feel like happen over and over and over again in the last 9 years? And I don't want them to happen in 2026. Because as we look at these last 9 years, we want to, in a sense, put these last 9 years in a bubble. Take everything that we've learned from them, take everything that we've experienced, every way that we've grown. We want to think it. We want to acknowledge it. We want to embody it. And we want it to become a part of us because we don't want to repeat any of these things, nor should we be repeating any of these things that we have been repeating in the last 9 years in the next 9 years because we don't want them to carry over. Now, can they carry over? Yes. But then it means that as things carry over, they will be harder and they will be deeper and they will be more impactful the next time we have to experience them. So I want you to look at major things, look at what you feel about them, look at your fears around them, and maybe why they keep repeating. And I want you to spend some time journaling on each of those questions, okay? Afterward, after you've really explored that, especially with like the lessons that you've learned and how you've changed, I really want you to sit down and visualize that greatest expression of who you are. Like if you are tapping into your soul's power, you are really living in that expression of full embodiment of your power. What do you actually look like? Who are you? What are you doing? I want you to have a picture of that person. Whether you draw it out, whether there's certain words that pop into your head, whether it's just a vision of yourself and maybe what life looks like. And for the next 6 weeks, as we navigate through the end of this year, 6, 7 weeks, I want you to hold that vision of yourself. I want you to meditate with that image of yourself. I want you to start planning your life around that vision of yourself. And as you do, as you start to see this really powerful person who's stepping forward, I want you to use that energy to connect with your soul. I want you to really connect deep with inside yourself. And these are all things I want you to do before 2026. And I want you to ask your soul what it chooses to experience in 2026. Because 2026 is opening a whole new door to a deeper, more profound life through and experiencing that life through the eyes of your soul. And that is going to be a game changer for so many people. I know there are people out there that are like, oh, I'm living life and experiencing it through my soul. This will be a whole different level of experiencing this. One of the things that I absolutely love and enjoy doing is helping you to be able to truly understand the energetics that you need to be in and the energetics that you are going to be feeling and the things that are going to happen and transpire in life. As we close out this year and prepare for 2026, which I want to remind you, I'm doing the 2026 Universal Energy Reading on November 13th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not signed up yet, or you haven't grabbed the replay, if we've already done that, there's going to be a link in the show notes. I want you to click that link and come join us. It is a 2-hour minimum event that is going to blow your mind and give you everything that you need. I channel it live. So the same way I've been talking here and not reading off of a script and things come in, it is phenomenal. You will feel the energy. You will experience a shift. You will feel that vibrations as I'm speaking them, as it goes through you, and you're going to have clarity as to what you're supposed to be doing. It is one of my most favorite things to do because tapping into the energetics, really understanding what your soul is asking in this moment right here as we're journeying through life is the most profound thing that you can do for the success that you have, as well as your whole entire purpose here. We didn't just come to life to like have fun. I know some people think that and they're like, literally, you came to life to like manifest the junk out of it. Some people did, but not everybody. Not everybody. There's something really profound that you came here to experience. And with each cycle that we navigate through and with each year that something gets to change within inside of you, something gets activated and you become even more connected, but you also leave this amazing impact on the world. The 2026 energy reading, as well as all the things that I asked you to do here, are going to help that to transpire and help you to tap into that energetics. So be sure to answer those questions, spend time journaling, tapping into the energetics of what that person feels like. Connect with your soul, ask what your soul desires to experience, and be sure to join me on November 13th for the 2026 energy reading, as well as if you want a private energy reading that I do for the whole year, as well as break it down month to month to month for you and support you through the entire year to stay in alignment with that energy reading, I only have 3 spots left for that. And they're going fast. So be sure to grab them. You can reach out to me to find out how to get your own personalized one. Thank you guys for joining me. I know this is going to take you deep, help you to release the things that you need to release as we step into 2026 and start getting ready for your body to align with and your soul to be activated with the next cycle as we step into the 2026 year. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to join me live for these podcast recordings, be sure to follow me on Instagram or Facebook and look for the link for the Psychic Within Live. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.